Working of the Constitution. Introduction. The textbooks of political science till now have helped us to take an overview of local government, the values and the philosophy of the Indian Constitution, as also the governing structures created by the Constitution and India's place in international relations. The Indian Constitution has declared its objective to establish a secular, democratic republic. Also, it has made extremely important provisions to ensure that the citizens get justice and their freedom is protected. The Indian Constitution is seen as the means through which a progressive developed society based on social justice and equality will be established. The Constitution came into force from 26 January 1950, and since then, the government has been working in accordance with the principles of the Constitution. In this chapter, we will take a brief overview of widening nature of Indian democracy, the important changes that have taken to establish social justice and equality. This review will primarily focus on 3 points. 1. Democracy. 2. Social justice. 3. Judicial system. Democracy. Political maturity. Democracy does not merely imply a democratic structure. The essence of democracy is to integrate the principles of democracy in actual practice. Once this is done, democracy becomes an integral part of the political life of the society. Accordingly, the Indian people have direct representation in the parliament, state legislature, and local government. The increasing participation of the people in the political process and political competition shows that Indian democracy has become successful to a great extent. Holding free and fair elections at regular intervals are an important indicator of India's successful democracy. Right to vote. In the pre-independence period, several provisions existed which restricted the right to vote. All such provisions are cancelled after independence, and the Indian Constitution guaranteed adult suffrage by giving the right to vote equally to both men and women above the age of 21 years. The voting age was further reduced from 21 to 18, which gave opportunity of political participation to the young generation in India. Such provisions have made India the largest democracy in the world. India has the largest number of voters compared to any other democratic nation. This change is not only quantitative but also equalitative, as new political parties are emerging with the active participation of these young voters. These parties represent the different expectations of people and at the same time lead to further competition in political sphere. Decentralization of democracy. Decentralization of power is central to democratic government. Decentralization controls the misuse of power and also creates opportunities for political participation for the common people. The directive principles of state policy includes the provisions for democratic decentralization. One such important provision is regarding empowering the local self-governing institutions, which will make democratic governance a reality. After independence, several attempts were made for democratic decentralization in this direction. One such important attempt is the 73rd and 74th Amendment to Indian Constitution in 1992, which gave a constitutional status to local self-governing institutions and also increased their powers. Right to Information, RTI 200S. Citizen empowerment is the essential condition of democracy. It is necessary to create opportunities for citizens' anticipation and interaction with government. There should be minimum gap between the citizens and government. The increased communication between citizens and government helps in strengthening democracy and in building trust relationship between them. Citizens have a right to know about the working and activities of the government. The Government of India gave right to information to citizens of India to ensure transparency and accountability, which are the hallmarks of good governance. Right to information has made the government more transparent and has reduced the element of secrecy in the working of government. After 2000, the whole approach towards democratic reforms has been changed. Democratic reforms are considered as rights of citizens. Accordingly, citizens in India have got right to information, education, and food security. These rights have strengthened democracy in India.